how art camp is set up, every year starts at the beginning of June, ends at the end of August, so we have 12 weeks of camp. Every year revolves around a specific theme. So this year, for example, it was around the world, so every week we address a new area of the world. This week we happen to be doing Scandinavia. Last week was the Middle East. Next week we'll be doing Japan. I specifically teach in the teen drawing and painting program. Sometimes I do entertain the younger kids if they're a little bit more advanced, but generally the teens. This week's theme in camp, we are working specifically with the area of Scandinavia, and I wanted them to indulge in the lost art of cartography, which is the art and science of map making.
We've been making a lot of like maps and stuff, so I'm doing a map of Scandinavia, and then we also did like a world map, and then we also did some like animals from these countries, like a moose and stuff. I think it's cool, like learning like different ways to like draw the animals.
Art is not just about making pictures, it's also about talking about art as well. So Mondays always start off with a little bit of lecturing, introduction to the class, what we'll be doing, throughout the week. I talk to them about the basics, and then I get into more specific areas that we're working on. So we go over shapes, we go over shading, which is just light and dark, and then we also go over issues of color. And then once those areas are addressed, then I spoke with them about cartography, what it means to lay out a map, whether they give them the option to address the whole world or just the areas specific to Scandinavia, which is Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark, depending on who you're asking.
Our age group starts at 7 and ends at 12 or 13, and we're covering a cartooning class here. We try to cover all the bases from Monday to Friday.
So we have summer camp for a whole week, and every day it's like a different topic for drawing. Like today's Pokemon, and like on Monday it was Sunday comics. And our teacher just lets us just draw whatever we want, like just like express ourselves with the art.
I was in advertising a long time, and I did illustration, and I used to touch on doing characters for promotional things and all that, and I did a lot of cartoon characters and things like that. So I did some cartooning, but I've covered a lot of different things. I came here originally in 2001, and I've been teaching cartooning ever since here. Well, what I try to do is I start with basic shapes, and then build on the shapes, so it's like a Lego set or something, where I can construct something out of shapes and not just outline draw it. The younger kids are challenged with that, so I try to help them with that. And once they get going with that, then they seem to be fine.
So we're drawing Pokemon today. Tomorrow we're gonna do t-shirts and whatever we want. And I like drawing Pikachu.
I think they're pretty engaged in it. I think they enjoy it, and I think certain kids have more interest in certain things than others, and I just enjoy it. I just like, the challenge of teaching kids new things, and I'm always learning myself, even from them.
I have the 7 to 9-year-olds, and the class this week is called Danish Art Delights, as the theme of the week is Scandinavia. And I once long ago went to school for a year in Denmark and have traveled there many times. So I thought this would be a great theme for the week. What we're doing is a few projects based on Hans Christian Andersen's stories. And he not only was a writer, but he also loved to illustrate with his silhouettes, with the cutouts, paper cutouts. So we've done a lot of those. The kids have been great about learning very fancy cuts with their silhouettes and profiles.
We made silhouettes, and we cut out a lot of shapes, and we made little like Santa Claus people, and we made lanterns, and we did these finger painting things.
Throughout the week, what I try to do is cover a lot of different types of craft projects, various paper projects, various painting. Collage will be tomorrow. And I like to pull in as much as I can of whatever country it is, of their history, of how children live there, what the landscape might be like, what famous authors or writers might come from there. So I try to cram in a lot in a week. And we have fun. We enjoy it. And the kids seem to just go right along with whatever the project is. They just jump right in and have fun.
I like that I get to do art all day, and that every time I go to a new class, I get to make all new friends.
I've been at Wayne Arts Center since 2001. I haven't taught camp all those many years, but I really do enjoy it. I teach both adult and children's classes. And before that, I've taught in other places, different museums, different schools. So I enjoy the work here. It's fun to just have everything be for the creative effort.
Well, my kids are 11 and 9 years old, and they both love art. They have an older brother in high school who's very interested in art, and this was their opportunity to keep up their skills during the summer.
Every week is different, and every week the girls are excited. Our two girls that are here are excited about the different themes. So this week is Scandinavia. Last time they did it was Hawaii, which they love.
I think it's just an opportunity for the kids to express themselves in a way that that they don't have an opportunity maybe at home because they don't have the resources available, or at school because school often doesn't give them the time to express themselves in art.
Hi, I'm Pat Jordan, and I am the teacher and the director of the plays which occur here at the Wayne Arts Center Summer Arts Camp every year. We put on different kinds of productions that have a theme, but this year it's the 150th anniversary of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, and I decided that we were going to do a production of that show. Little knowing that we were going to end up with a very young script who, it turns out, I think did a great job. And I know that we are going to be expecting to have more great shows for the rest of the season.
Well, it is a really nice place, and like all the classes are cool and stuff. Like there's a bunch of different things that we can do here. Like it's not just drawing and painting. So like I'm going to try all the different classes and stuff.
As a community, it's nice to have something that's walking distance from our house, and there are things here for people of all ages to participate in, and it's real close to the walking trail. So we're always talking about it and looking in when we're passing by.
Outside of the arts, we facilitate other occasions in people's lives. They have birthday parties, concerts, they have weddings here. We do outreach into the community. I know that they work specifically with those suffering with Alzheimer's disease, which is dealing with pretty progressive memory loss, throughout their lives. So we pretty much try to cover every aspect, obviously incorporating art along the way.